My phone is acting up this morning. It just don't want to do right. Okay. The other live just stopped on me real abruptly. So DDG, had filed that emergency petition against Hallie, trying to stop her from taking the baby Halo to Italy for 2 months because, of course, he dropped all of the text messages showing that she, a couple of years ago, when they were in a relationship. Now, on her behalf, he was cheating on her. And I did not realize they actually broke up while she was pregnant. Yeah, they actually broke up while she was pregnant. And he was gaslighting her in some of the text messages, but that still doesn't take away the fact that she did send him all those messages and, threatened to do this, that, and the other. And she was a little abusive to him and hitting on him, when she filed those petitions saying that it was pretty much the other way around. So, I don't know. How do you guys feel? I do feel like him cheating, as much as he was doing, that did trigger her a lot. I'm sure it would trigger any woman, but you don't need to get triggered to the point to where you want to take your own life. That's just my opinion. So let's see what this paper says here, if I can read it. It says the following parties are present for the aforementioned proceeding. No appearances. The matter is not called for a hearing. So they didn't have to go to court. The court receives respondents' ex parte application in the chambers. After reviewing DDG's papers and consideration of moving papers in chambers for court rule, the court rules as follows. The court denies the application respondent's ex parte request for continuance is denied as it does as it does not meet requirements of posting a matter of immediate concern and is moot given the continued granted during the January 4th restraining order. So DDG, I don't know why he didn't file this like immediately the day after or the week after when she first filed hers. I don't know why he waited until the last minute. So they were making it seem like, that it wasn't urgent. But it says respondents' request for an order prohibiting petitioner from traveling outside the United States with the party's minor child is denied as the court finds insufficient evidence of imminent emotional and psychological risk to the minor during petitioner's business trip to Italy, particularly considering the court's ruling on respondents' competing domestic violence restraining order requests. And they give the case number. That's Haley's original case, I think, which includes limited child abduction orders. Further evidence is required at a notice hearing for the court to issue more restrictive orders, as the court has granted sole legal and physical custody to the petitioner temporarily until the next court hearing. So there's going to be another court hearing based on evidence provided in the petitioner's domestic violence restraining order. So Haley still has sole custody. Eventually DDG will get, I think the next court date is June 24th. Surely after the court has seen and read some of the things that Haley has said, it can't be all sweet for her. I'm sorry. She's a little erratic. And I just think that DDG, as big of a cheater as he may be, he still deserves the right to see his child, in my opinion. Now, a lot of content creators and, people have had a lot to say about this. Hold on. Let me see if I can find. And Soulja Boy posted something. Let me screenshot this because I could. Soulja Boy posted, I guess he posted it on X. Him and DDG have been going at it. He said he's squashing this DDG beef. This looking like a blank situation. Minding his own business from here on out. Done trolling. After he saw all of the text messages from Haley to DDG, he decided he would stay out of it. Wait a minute. I'm just scrolling through Instagram right now, and this says a woman breaks down after friend dresses better than her on her birthday. That is crazy. If birthdays is, you know what? Some people just do too much. It's just be thankful that you're here to live to see another day. Jay-Z spotted with his siblings, Michelle, Andre, and Eric at the Cowboy Carter tour. Oh, he does have siblings. Okay. All right, guys. Hold on. I am trying to find... There was something else about DDG that I wanted you guys to see. Let me go on over here, back over here to YouTube. You know, Storm Monroe, he had a lot to say about... He's not on DDG's side at all. He did a live about it. Let me see. I don't know which channel he did it on. Let me see.
Hey, no. Hell no. Why was she tracking him? Because Hallie said he threatened to take the baby away. So if he was threatening to run off with the baby, that would be why she tracked. This is just a toxic. This was a toxic ass situation.
So why was Hallie tracking DDG? Storm says it's because DDG threatened to take the baby away. So she was tracking him to make sure he didn't leave the country or whatever with the baby. Now she's the one leaving the country with the baby. How ironic is that? But Storm did another video. And I can't find it.
Now we can look at DVD and tell he insecure. We can look at DVD and tell he want to be controlling.
So Storm says, and he calls him, he doesn't call DDG DDG, he calls him DVD. D and V is in Victor, D. He says you can look at DDG and say he's insecure.
We can look at DVD. Listen, DVD wants to be what like Duke Dennis is. Like what Duke Dennis has naturally, that's what DVD want to be. DVD chased around India. What's that whore's name? India Love? Said half breeds. Indy? Yeah, her name Indy. It's shit, all these hoes named India now. Mammies ain't never been to India, and their mammies ain't never been out the fucking state. What's that he chased around? Ain't the name India Love, thank you. It's a few of them now named, all call themselves, they mammies all like the name India. He chased around India while she was getting wet and creaming for Duke Dennis. Because all the girls won't Duke. We know that. It is what it is. If Duke come in the room, your girl is gone. Because he's Duke.
And Duke Dennis just recently revealed that, well, one of his baby mamas came out online because, you know, he didn't want people to know that he had children because people start doxing you once they find out you have children. Let me find it. I saw something on here. Let me see if I can find it. Tasha K posts so much stuff. Ain't no telling when she posted that Duke Dennis clip. But yes, Duke Dennis, some people are saying he has possibly up to, well, I don't know how many children he got. We know he has at least one or more. Hold on, people. Here it is.
Unfortunately, that option has been taken away from me at this point. It's been taken away from me at this point, because y'all keep harassing, you know what I'm saying, the mother of my kids, and being very, very weird. And this is exactly what I wanted to protect them from all along. And this whole time y'all been, you know what I'm saying, trying to dig into like uh part of my life that y'all was never invited in, like from jump. And um but now that like it's affecting, like, you know what I'm saying, they well being, and like they getting like threats and like being called names and shit. I That was my like main priority from jump. Just I never wanted them in this time.
In the last 6 weeks, Van Horn
That was Duke Dennis. People have started reaching out to his baby mamas, doxing him. That's what weird people do on the internet. They will dig into your personal life, your family. They will reach out to your family members to try and interview them, to try and talk to them, all because they think they're one day going to be a big time content creator, where in life they're really just a piece of shit digging into someone else's life. If someone doesn't put specific stuff out here about themselves, it shouldn't be talked about. Now, if they come out here and they put it out here, and then yeah, I mean, it's free game. You put it out here. But if they don't, you shouldn't go digging in people's life trying to expose them or something like that. That's just my opinion. And then last but not least, of course, we got Antoine, who's still on the loose. Antoine Massey, with the aunt that likes to go around talking about him. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. But Antoine and Derek Groves are still roaming the streets. Let me see what's going on TikTok. What is going on TikTok? Not much. I can't go live on TikTok until the 10th. I don't know what I did, but they banned me from TikTok, child, from going live. I don't know. But I did do a live last night on my main channel, so check that out. Halle Bailey wins in court. Oh, hold up. This is a storm.
DDG and Halle situation, as I reported yesterday, DDG and Halle had court over custody rights of Halo and DV and temporary protection orders and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, Halle got a whole movie to film over there in Italy, and she's going to be gone about 2 months. So Halle went ahead and filed all this paperwork because she also knew, like, look, I'm not going to be sending my baby back and forth while I'm in Italy. I really don't want to deal with this nigga. He allegedly whipped my ass a few months ago. Let me go ahead and file this shit now. It was strategic, but nonetheless, if the judge felt like Halle had enough truth and had enough evidence, then it is what it is. At the very last minute, DDG filed some paperwork on Halle, exposing the fact that pretty much she was going through postpartum. She had several breakdowns. She tried to beat the ass of one of the girls that DDG was with. She threatened to off herself and was an alleged self-deleter. So it was a whole mess. DDG's mama got into it too. Shout out to Tanya from Pontiac. I don't know her screen name, but y'all can find it. They all on the damn internet. So with that being said, judge denies DDG's request to prevent Halle Bailey from leaving the country with son. Halo, that baby and the mama finna be gone for 2 months. You will see your son when you get back. A judge has denied DDG's request to prevent Halle Bailey from taking their son out of the country. According to court documents obtained by People on Thursday, June 5th, so that's today, the streamer's request to restrict the Little Mermaid star from leaving the country has been denied. The baby ain't nothing but 17 months. That's so interesting to me how y'all don't even make it to kindergarten. The babies don't even make it to kindergarten before y'all done broke up. The babies ain't even gonna ever have no...
I know. I'm surprised that they had broken up while she was still pregnant. That, I don't know. She threatened to have an abortion. She took one of the pills. She took one pill to abort the baby. She just didn't take the other pill. To me, that's just, I don't know. I don't think the judge is being completely fair to DDG. He's not getting to see the son at all. People want to say that he loves to record everything. Well, that's what he does. He's a streamer. But Haley has also been streaming that baby and recording that baby too. If you're going to do it for one, you got to do it for both. She has been recording that baby. She was making just as many videos. She had an entire channel called Love and Happiness where she would just post the baby. But now that she's mad at DDG, she just, because his people were, just, I won't say exposing her, but they could see through her that she's not as innocent as she portrays to be. And I know there is a such thing as postpartum, but she wasn't in postpartum during all those text messages. DDG, him cheating, it pissed her off. It would piss anybody off. I'm not denying that. I said he was a hoe. She should have just left him and went on about her business and not put all that mess in writing to give him no ammunition, but she did. It is what it is. You guys have a good one. I'll be back later.